Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series heads off into the Worldwide Technology Raceway for race number 9, the season finale, the championship all on the line. Here tonight, will your points leader be able to secure the deal? He's just got to have a solid run here tonight. Can Isaac Morse bring home the trophy here, or will Dakota Dimage find a way to sweep all the points here and take that top spot away in that championship at the end of tonight? How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us and be with us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Darkside Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls. And it looks like qualifying just about close to the halfway point. Just 6 minutes remaining here in this 10-minute qualifying session. Tell you what, let's go ahead and throw up some of that qualifying information for you as these drivers continue to make their qualifying attempts. Julian Altena out there on his qualifying attempts. So why don't we jump out there with Julian, see how he gets that Velocity Online Racing team machine around this track. There you see him off of turn 4, back across the stripe. Where's he going to slot in on that second time lap? Jumps to second on the board. Alex Van de Sand right now, quick time, 25:10. Paul Rodriguez out there on his time lapse. Looks like we've got a few yet to go. Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Oscar Gonzalez still yet to go. Anthony Concha, Dakota Dimage, Christian Alesio, as well as Diego Perino and Matt Houston, all yet to put in their time lapse here for qualifying. So we'll keep our eye out there on the track, see if it gets any busier. And I would expect to see Dakota Dimage go out there and attempt a qualifying lap. He's got to get himself some points here, and if he's able to put a point in his back pocket very early here, leading qualifying, taking the pole position for tonight's championship race, brought to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits in the Be Gutzy 175 here for the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Gonna be a little bit of a different battle, a little bit of a different championship night. These drivers are going to have to deal with two very distinct different corners. And you have to be very technically sound. The arrow push behind another Dallara is very, very rough. You're going to have to keep it out of that outside wall. You're going to be playing with that weight checker the entire time. I can guarantee you that. So drivers going to be very busy on the throttles and very busy on the knobs right there on the steering wheel, with just about 4 minutes, just about 4 minutes remaining here in qualifying. I tell you what, let's get rid of some of these graphics and go ahead and run down your championship point standings coming into tonight's race, the final race of season number 3. There you see it in round number 9 here in the Be Gutzy 175, brought to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. Isaac Morse, there you see, 31 point advantage. Dakota Dimage closest one to him back there with 240. Dimage gonna have to steal as many points as he can here tonight to even give himself a shot, even give himself a mathematical chance, and he's going to have Morse to have some trouble to take that top spot away. Now looks like a few drivers jumping in their cars here late in the going. Christian Alesio is going to jump in his car and head out onto the track. Close little battle right there. You can see third and fourth, Alex Van de Sand, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Julian Altena, those three drivers, third through fifth, Still battling a little bit. Matt Houston also right there with Altena, just 4 points behind. Thomas Gessler a little bit on the outside looking in, but he will be able to make up some points if the drivers in front of him have a little bit of trouble. Anthony Concha as well as Christian Alesio both out there on track. I tell you what, we haven't highlighted Concha very much this year. There you see him just kind of sitting there on pit road waiting to go with just under 3 minutes to go, and Concha now gonna pull off and get up to speed. So I tell you what, let's take a look here with Christian Alesio as he's bringing his machine back across the stripe. That will be his first time lap, 25:78 for Alesio. Just about 6/10 off of the pole time right now. Your pole sitter quick time, Alex Van de Sand, with a 25:10. Finishing his second time lap, Alacio goes across the line. Where's he gonna jump? Does he jump? Doesn't go anywhere. Gonna stay 14th as we now jump with Anthony Concha. He is one of the only drivers yet to go. Diego Perino, Gonzalez, Oscar Gonzalez, as well as Dakota Dimage and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. All of those drivers yet to put in their qualifying times. Going to be very close to being able to even fit it in here tonight. Up to speed, and now on the speed charts, Anthony Concha goes 17th, slowest with his first time lap. We'll have to see how much he jumps here on this second one. As Concha works his way across the line, doesn't look like we're going to have any other drivers head out to the track. So taking the pole position here tonight in the final race of season number 3 here in the B Gutzy 175, Alex Vandesant going to take that top spot. We're going to step away down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Engines fired, field to the starting grid. Looks like we've got all 22 drivers down there on track, ready to go. Pace car gonna fire on up, so we'll run down tonight's starting lineup here in the B Gutzy 175 by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruit. Alex Vandesant in the 17 gonna take that top spot. Velocity Online Racing Team runner, the one of Julian Altena, last year's season champion, gonna line up just to his outside. Inside row number 2, Gavin Sanders, followed by Christopher Kresge. Right there lining up inside row number 3, Shane Coogan, followed by Thomas Gessler. Isaac Morris and Lewis Woodall gonna make up row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 12 of Oscar Fredrickson and the 3 of Gary Godso. Robert Sadler as well as Paul Rodriguez going to make up row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight, Anthony Concha, followed by Craig Forsyth. Christian Alacio going to round out the top 15 for your starting lineup. Victor Santos right there in 16th. John Christensen and Oscar Gonzalez going to make up row number 9. Row number 10 here tonight, Luis Gonzalez Nunez and Dakota Dimage. Matt Houston and Diego Perino round out the field as the pace car down and away. We're ready to fire things off for the first time here tonight from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Gateway is green flag racing as Alex Vandesant hits that loud pedal and away we go. Good jump on the field already Van de Sande out to just about a 3/10 of a second advantage over Altena. Sanders right there's backed up behind him. Christopher Kresge, fourth in line. Shane Coogan with a move back behind them. Lewis Woodall as well, making some headway. 3 wide off of turn number 4. Woodall looks for some ground on the bottom, looking for some more here just on lap number 2, and it is already a fast pace as Thomas Gessler, he's starting to make some ground, make some moves as well. Isaac Morse with a little bit of trouble, a big wiggle off of turn number 2. Morse now going to slot right there in that 7th position, still right where he started tonight's race. Everybody near the front pretty much running where they started. Van de Sande, Altena still 1 and 2 on the track. Shane Coogan up 2 spots from where he started tonight's race, so a big jump already for Coogan. And Kresge is your biggest loser of the start of the race. Lost the most positions here tonight, already down 4 spots from where he started, up in the 4th position, now running back in 8th, and he has got Gary Gotso all over him. Gotso's followed by Fredrickson and Santos. Not much at the front to say, but we'll jump back up, let you see the gap begin to develop. There you see Julian Altena right there running in the 2nd spot. He's got Shane Coogan right behind him. Gavin Sanders is still in the mix, but look at the run already that Alex Van de Sande has on this field. He has already opened up the gap just about 1 second over Altena, and Altena slowly beginning to pull away from Coogan with a solid 3rd place run right now. We'll have to see if all that shakes out. Do want to take a look back at our championship contenders. Dakota DeMage, there you can see him right here. Driver inside of that 82 Delara IR18 having some struggles here tonight, trying to see if he can't get up there somehow and grab a few spots away. DeMage mired way back in traffic, all the way back in the 20th position. He has got a lot of ground to make up, and oh, caution flag comes out. Craig Forsyth has some trouble. We'll jump back at this real fast, see how it all went down, but Craig Forsyth, oh, there you see contact. 3 drivers involved. Forsyth involved, as well as Christopher Kresge. We'll take a look, see what happened here. There you can see Santos into the outside wall. Kresge involved. Tough break there for a lot of drivers very early here tonight. One more look at it there. You see him off of turn 2, 3 wide, just not going to work off of the corner exit, and there you have the carnage and chaos that ensued afterward. And with that being said, we'll jump back live at the front of the field with your pole sitter, your race leader, Alex Van de Sande. Let's see if these drivers head down pit road. Doesn't look like any of them going to come down pit road just yet, so going to extend the fuel, going to extend the tires in just a little bit. Nobody willing to kind of flip on the strategy just yet. Everybody willing to stick with it. And we will keep checking back and forth with those drivers involved in that heated battle for the championship. Isaac Morris are leading Dakota DeMage by 31 points coming into tonight's race. And I know what you might be thinking out there, race fans. 31 points. How can you do it? Mathematically, it is possible that Dakota DeMage may be able to steal this one, missing a point from not being able to grab that pole position away. That went instead to Alex Van de Sande, who continues to have the lead of this field. So DeMage going to have a much better go at it here than what the first few 7 or 8 laps have been for him. He's now up into the 17th spot, so gaining a little bit of ground very slowly, but he has got to finish way ahead of Isaac Morris. He's got to win tonight's race, and he's going to have Morris have some trouble, and Morris looks pretty strong here, running inside the top 5 right now. As a matter of fact, Morris is the last driver in your top 5. Field should get the one to go this time by, and we should be ready to kick things off here once again from Gateway. Ford Mustang pace car lights are off. We are ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by Alex Van de Sande will lead Julian Altena and Shane Coogan back to the green flag. Gavin Sanders, Isaac Morris, Thomas Gessler, Lewis Woodall, as well as Gary Godso, Oscar Fredrickson, and Robert Sadler rounding out your top 10 here for the championship night in Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're going to see all the fireworks go down here tonight in the Be Gutzy 175. Presented to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. Ready to go back. Green flag racing. The Ford Mustang pace car begins to duck down to the bottom of the track. Will make that hard left-hand turn, and the field will be in the hands of your race leader, Alex Van de Sande. Up there next to the outside wall, already on the gas, and away he goes. You see him drop all the way down to the bottom of the track, trying to break any chance at a slipstream, or what our NASCAR friends like to call a draft. Altena not able to snatch a hold, not able to latch on to Van de Sande, and he is gone already. 0.6 of a second here before we are done one lap. Altena slowly trying to reel him back in after a great start by Van de Sande. Close little battle back here. We'll go back to this two-car battle between Gary Gonzo. Oscar Fredrickson looking for a spot, looks back behind him, gonna slot in line. All those team drivers pretty much right there with each other. Velocity Online Racing Stable very strong. And a caution flag, caution on the raceway. Once again, we'll have to see how it all went down. I believe Victor Santos may have been involved in this one. Let's take a look and see what happened to Santos. Just breaks loose and around we go. Santos around off of turn 2 again, and looks like may have a little bit of trouble getting that thing headed back in the right direction out of the grass. There you can see him struggling to get it righted in the and headed in the right direction, and there you can see right there, that's where the caution flag came out as he rejoined the track. So field will come to a crawl once again. We will rejoin the front of this field with Alex Van de Sande back behind the pace car. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come to pit road just yet. So with that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. And back trackside as the green flag gets ready to fly. Once again, that Ford Mustang pace car lights are out, ready to drop back down to the bottom of the track. Alex Van de Sande will continue to lead this field back to the green flag and waiting for it. Green flag flies as Van de Sande on the gas again. There you see Altada trying to drop down to the bottom, trying to catch that slipstream. Wasn't able to do it the first restart that we had, able to drop down there, get a little bit of a sniff of it right there, but not looking like it's paying off any better than what it did last time. Still a little bit slow on the gas there. He's going to fall behind now, just about a half a second behind your race leader. Going to jump back through the field though, because we do have lots of battles, drivers all over each other right now. There you can see Luis Gonzalez Nunez. He's trying to make up a spot on Thomas Gessler. That's for the last spot inside your top 5 right now. And I tell you what, why don't we go down on board with one of our close action camera shots. There you can see looking on board right back at Luis Gonzalez Nunez as he tries to chase down, well, he has chased down Thomas Gessler and made the pass. So with that being said and done with, well, there you go. On board look, on board ride with the 15 of Luis Gonzalez Nunez. You hear him way out of the gas there through the center of 1 and 2, down the backstretch now, all the way up. Looks like he may hit 6. No, gonna wind it out right there in 5th. Stay in 5th. No downshift right here in turn 3 and 4, staying on it. You can see just how rough this track is. Car shaking, moving around here with the gyro camera on board with the 15 of Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Gonna jump back outside the cars, look for yet another battle on the track. There you can see Gavin Sanders. He's got Christian Alacio right in front of him. Alacio with a good run so far here tonight, running inside your top 10, running in the 7th position, up 8 spots from where he started. But the biggest mover of tonight's race, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, we were on board with that 15 just moments ago, running inside the top 5 now, up 14 spots from where he started, all the way back just inside your top 20. Shane Coogan beginning to close in just a little bit on Julian Altena, but Isaac Morris, he is closing in much faster. There you can see your points, the leader coming into tonight's race. Morris on the charge, looking for a little bit more, and I do believe we have some close action camera shots on board with that Delara IR18 of Isaac Morris. Let's go down to the nose cam. There you can see just off the nose cone, closing in very fast on Coogan, and there you can see Julian Altena just off in the distance and right out past him. 1.3 second advantage for your race leader, Alex Van de Sande. Back outside the car, another great action shot here tonight, being brought to you by all the guys and girls back at the Turn 3 headquarters, doing a fine job getting all these camera shots worked out. There you can see yet another onboard camera shot, looking just over that right shoulder of the driver, Isaac Morris, as he makes his way around this track. Morris looking for some more. Slowly but surely, drivers beginning to pace themselves out from each other, gap themselves, begin to give themselves a little bit of a buffer. Thomas Gessler, Gavin Sanders, Christian Alacio, big gaps back between all them as Luis Gonzalez Nunez, he's going to take that spot away from Morris. Isaac Morris may be having a little bit of a struggle here, a little bit of rough go. Back on lap number 25 now, out of the 140 scheduled in tonight's Be Gutzy 175. We are going to go check out this battle back on the track. There you can see Lewis Woodall, Oscar Fredrickson just back behind them. You can find Robert Sadler running just outside of your top 10. Sadler running in the 11th position and stepping away for some school responsibilities for season number 4. So we do want to wish Robert the best with that and hope that the schooling isn't that bad, and hope you make it through all the hard study nights and all those tough tests that are coming your way. So a big time shout out to Sadler for doing what he's doing back in real life off of iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. So it's sad to see Sadler go, but we will welcome him back with open arms once he's done what he's got to do. And you know, real life responsibilities, sometimes they take precedence over iRacing, because at the end of the day, it's just iRacing. Well, big time wiggle there. Oscar Fredrickson trying to figure out which way to get by Lewis Woodall. Woodall going to go to the top of the track. That's going to give Fredrickson the bottom. Not able to complete the pass just yet. Now looking to do so at a 3 and 4. No drag race to the line. Almost a dead heat crossing the start finish line. Fredrickson still has that bottom. And there you see, way up the track goes Woodall. The rookie gonna lose that spot. Another close battle right here. Oscar Gonzalez. Gonzalez making up a spot on Robert Sadler. Sadler going to fall back now to the 12th position. And what has happened to Anthony Concha? He is falling through the field now all the way back, just running in the 15th spot. So right behind him, though, one of your championship contenders, Dakota DeMage, not having a very good go at it here tonight. As you see, Concha way up the track. Big moment. Almost contact. It looked like there may have been contact. Matt Houston. And no, maybe just one of those iRacing kind of computer glitches. Looked like the right front wheel was ripped off after maybe some slight contact right there between Concha and Houston. But as we were saying, this driver right here, Dakota DeMage, we'll go ahead and highlight him, give you some of his information for you. The 24-year-old running strong here this entire season as we make our way into the final race of the night tonight, the championship night from Worldwide Technology Raceway in the B Gutzy 175. And Dakota DeMage needs to make his way up through the field. Came into tonight's race 31 points back in the point standings. He has got to get up there. He has got to start putting some laps in his back pocket, and he has got to try to secure the race win here tonight. If he's going to do anything with this man right here, we'll go up with him. I lied. Isaac Morris, the 21-year-old from the Raceverse stable of drivers, looking to not just give Raceverse that constructor points championship, but also the individual driver championship. Can Isaac Morris get the job done right now, running in the 5th position, and he is looking like he's gonna have a pretty good shot at this. Don't want to jinx him here. It's still very long night to go. Still 108 laps before we will crown a race winner, and before we may be able to crown a season champion. If DeMage happens to win, we'll have to wait and see where Isaac Morris finishes out. If Morris finishes outside of that top 10, we'll have to wait to see who it ends up being. We'll have to wait for the stats to come down through and get that out to you as quickly as we possibly can. But as we find ourselves under a long green flag stint, there you can see at the front of the field, Alex Van de Sant looking to put some drivers one lap down. There you can see Paul Rodriguez just off in front of your race leader, in very big danger of losing a lap very early here tonight. Not giving your race leader any trouble. Van de Sant gonna drop to the bottom, and Rodriguez gonna stay at the top of the track. Here's Anthony Concha, not very much further in front of your race leader. So as these drivers get closer to just 100 laps remaining, we'll go ahead and run down some of the official business for you here tonight. Looks like we started tonight's race with 22 drivers. We have still got 20. Scratch that. We have still got 19 out there on the track with just 17 drivers left on the lead lap. Anthony Concha is being scored as the last driver on that lead lap. So the 64 of Concha struggling right now, as he is just about right around 3 or 4 seconds in front of your race leader right there, Alex Van de Sant. And as we close in on just 100 laps remaining, if you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell. And caution, caution flag on the raceway. Christopher Kresge with some trouble. Let's see how it all went down. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and there you see hard impact by Kresge. We'll back it up, take another look at it here. There you see him, oh, down there on the inside, just trying to get up to speed, stay out of the way. And Kresge, just kind of hooks it hard into the inside wall. Drivers making evasive maneuvers, and Kresge gonna go ahead and tow back to pit road. That will put us under caution for the third time here tonight from Worldwide Technology Raceway. 39 laps in the book. Alex Van de Sant, your pole sitter, has led every single lap so far here tonight, so these drivers will catch up to the pace car and slow things down for just a brief moment. So let's jump up there. There you can see your race leader going to go ahead and come to pit road, and as a matter of fact, it looks like your top 6, 7, 8 now all coming to pit road. So pretty much the entire field going to come down to get those fuel and tires reset for the run to the end. So with that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And cutting out commercial breaks because we didn't mean to have that one fire up on us. A little bit of mishaps there, and we've got a new race leader out there on the track. Dakota DiMaggio, Matt Houston, they're going to stay out on much older tires, about 30 lap older tires. We'll have to see how this all shakes out for DiMaggio, but that's something that he was going to have to do. He was going to have to pull some kind of strategy move to try to get his way up to the front and in front of Isaac Morris, who is all the way back now in the 7th position as the pace car ducks off field, ready to hit the gas and get going once again. DiMaggio brings the field off a turn 4, long wait to the restart line, and now fires things off. Green flag flies once again here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Van de Sant off well back there in the 3rd spot, but DiMaggio gets off going well here on these older tires. He's got Matt Houston with a little bit of buffer between himself and the fresher tires. Van de Sant back there in the 3rd spot. Luis Gonzalez Nunez taking a spot away as Julian Altena has to come to pit road. Altena on his way down. He very well may have got himself a black flag on that restart. We'll have to wait and see what happened between himself as well as Shane Coogan. Both of those drivers having to come down pit road here on the start of this race here after our 3rd caution here tonight brought us to a crawl. Dakota DiMaggio gonna use some pit strategy to take that top spot away. There you can see him now beginning to set himself apart from Matt Houston. A half a second advantage for DiMaggio. And I wasn't sure how these tires were going to work out for DiMaggio, but it looks like he's able to keep some pace in those much older tires. Last time by ran a 25.90. Alex Van de Sant with those fresh tires only able to run a 25.91. So the fresh tires not much quicker than the older 30-lap older tires to be exact. 35 if you well 25, I apologize. 25-lap older tires for DiMaggio over Van de Sant as Van de Sant slowly begins to eat away at Matt Houston. We'll take a look at that battle right there because this is the man with the freshest tires, the highest running driver with those freshest tires. Luis Gonzalez Nunez right there in 4th. Isaac Morris back in 5th, and he's still running right where he needs to be for securing the championship here tonight. Looks like we do have a report. Julian Altena caught for a penalty, had to come back down pit road. Shane Coogan also popped by the pesky pit road police, also had to come back down pit road for a black flag penalty. Both of those drivers rejoining the raceway, but both of those drivers being scored 1 lap down and now make that 2 laps down as Altena and Coogan they're gonna have to have help now to get themselves back on the lead lap. They're not going to be able to cycle themselves around under a green flag pit cycle and try to get themselves back onto the lead lap. They're going to need some help, and they're going to need those race leaders all to pit in order for them to get the wave around. Paul Rodriguez got the wave around last time. We'll check in with the driver. I believe that is the 88. Yes, it is. Hard to see on the side of that Dallara IR18 what the number is on that all-green machine out there. Paul Rodriguez piloting his machine into a 16th spot right now after receiving the wave around. Not very far off before he may see your race leaders begin to close in. Once again, D'Anthony Concha right there in 15th, just about 5 seconds off in front of your race leader. And now we've got a new race leader once again. Alex Van de Sant takes that top spot back one more time, that time by, I believe that was on lap number 50 right there through turns 1 and 2. He was able to take that top spot away, shoot down the back stretch, and now starts to gap the rest of the field. Matt Houston struggling as Luis Gonzalez Nunez closes in. We'll look at this 3-car battle going on because we've got Houston, Gonzalez, and Morris all nose to tail. The dirty air very prevalent right now for these drivers. Luis Gonzalez Nunez going to have to be very careful, get the clean air on the front of that nose, and there you can see him. He dropped back all the way down to the bottom of the track, and that's going to put Isaac Morris in a little bit of a bad spot, a little bit of a tough go at it, being that he's got nowhere to really go without running in the dirty air. As Dakota DiMaggio, he's beginning to slide back as well. Luis Gonzalez Nunez still trying to take the spot away from Matt Houston, who drops to the bottom of the speedway. He'll take that spot away from Dakota DiMaggio, who continues to run the high side. Oh, into the inside wall. I apologize. Matt Houston contact with that inside wall after making his way by Dakota DiMaggio. Now Luis Gonzalez Nunez looks to take that spot away. Not able to do so just yet. Gavin Sanders, Isaac Morris, they're trying to make their way by as well. We've got a 3 or 4 car scrum going on here. Back around that 4th spot. Big, heavy, hard battle going on right now. Side by side, 2 rows deep between these 4 Dallara IR18 Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series drivers here in the Be Gutzy 175, are brought to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. And you know, I said it at the start, I wasn't too sure how those older tires were going to fare for Dakota DiMaggio and Matt Houston, but Houston making the best of it. He is still running in that 2nd spot as Dakota DiMaggio has lost a ton of ground. He is all the way back now in the 16th spot. And more importantly, Isaac Morris, he is back in front of Dakota DiMaggio. So DiMaggio losing some ground, not just in the race, but with that championship point standings. Morris not able to lead a lap just yet, not able to take the pole position. So already gaining 1 spot for leading some laps here, gaining a few points there for Dakota DiMaggio. But as we already highlighted and said, and will continue to say throughout tonight's race, very important for where DiMaggio can finish tonight. He's got to win, and right now he is in some big time trouble because he's got some fresh tires right there packed up with him. Thomas Gessler, Oscar Gonzalez, as well as Oscar Fredrickson beginning to make his way onto the scene. 4 cars battling once again. Dakota DiMaggio struggling to keep the pace on those much older tires. Gonna give up the spot to now make that 3 spots, and why not make it 4? Lewis Woodall right there trying to take advantage of Dakota DiMaggio's backslide through the field right now as DiMaggio all the way back from 1st all the way to 10th now in just a handful of laps. Not much to say about this man right here at the front of this field. Alex Van de Sande now out to a 3.2 second advantage over Matt Houston, who has about 1 second over Isaac Morris. And amazing to see Matt Houston able to keep some pace in those tires right now. Looks like just a few tenths slower, or right about 1/10 to be exact, slower than your race leader last time by. That time by race leader Alex Van de Sande runs a 25.64, a 26.15 there for Houston. So just about a half a second now. Those tires really starting to show their wear. Previous lap, he was only about 2/10 slower than your race leader. So there you have it right there. The longer these tires run, the slower and the bigger the lap differential is going to end up being. But Matt Houston, man, what a race call by the crew chief. Driver doing his part, keeping his car up there near the front, and the track position is key as he's pretty much got some clean air right now, running in a solid 2nd position. Battle right here, 3rd and 4th on the track, you can count it. Isaac Morris, Gavin Sanders, Luis Gonzalez Nunez not too far off of Sanders just about 2/10 off of Morris. So you've got about a half a second between these 3 drivers, all right here packed up with each other. That time through 1 and 2, your top 2 drivers, Gavin Sanders and Isaac Morris, on screen. They were able to make a little bit of headway on Luis Gonzalez Nunez, put themselves a little bit further out in front of him, give him a harder chance at using the slipstream down these long but quick front and back stretches. Another battle on track. We'll jump back where I'm once again with this one on the screen. Luis Woodall right there back behind Oscar Fredrickson, who's looking for a spot on Thomas Gessler. Gessler on the high side, Fredrickson to the bottom in 3 and 4, looking for the spot. Side by side now, using the momentum on that inside lane to get the run, but not going to pan out, not going to pay off. Fredrickson going to have to drop down behind a Gessler. Lots of great battles all over this field. We'll jump back up to this little 3-car scrum that continues on between Isaac Morris, Gavin Sanders, and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. That is a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the track as they cross the line to begin lap number 64 out of the 140 scheduled in tonight's official race distance here in the Be Gutzy 175 by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. And caution flag has flown. Looks like Paul Rodriguez may have been involved in this one. We'll take a look here and see what happened with the turn 3 replay. And not seeing anything going on here, not seeing what may have happened. Very interesting to look back and not really see anything on the track as far as any trouble there. Maybe a little bit of debris being spotted out there by all these drivers and the race officials. And looky here. This is just what Julian Altena and Shane Coogan need. Both of those drivers being caught up with a pit road penalty. Now they're having to try to see if they can't somehow get themselves back on the lead lap. And looks like one of the drivers staying out on track. Matt Houston gonna stay out. He'll put a lap lead in his back pocket. We'll have to wait and see if he does come down to pit road this time by. There you see Julian Altena as well as Shane Coogan. Just behind him, Paul Rodriguez in a line trying to see if he can't get himself a lap back as well. Very long time out there on track for Matt Houston. I would be surprised if he didn't come down to pit road this time by. Last time he was on pit road back at lap number 14. That is 42 laps ago. 42 laps. I'm just, yeah, there you go. I was going to say, I'm just not sure those tires are going to hold off the much fresher tires but that are going to line up behind him if he doesn't come down pit road and does indeed look like he's going to go ahead and bring his machine down to pit road. Julian Altena going to stay out on track, get himself one of his 2 laps back, and now he's being scored and shown in that lucky dog position. Shane Coogan not going to attempt it. He's going to go ahead and bring his machine down pit road. Gonna jump back with your race leader once again. There you can see a few drivers lined up just in front of Alex Van de Zandt, who was your pole sitter here tonight. He has been the dominant machine out there tonight. We did see a different race leader for a brief moment of time, but didn't take very long. I would say about maybe 5 to 8 laps before Van de Zandt was able to make his way up from the third restarting position, and reclaim that race lead. Caution coming out just a handful of laps after he claimed the lead once again. Isaac Morris with a solid run now up into that second spot, and we have seen Morris do this before throughout the season. Morris has been to victory lane quite a few times. Can he pull off another one here to seal the deal? And what better way to walk off with a championship than to walk off with the championship night race win as well, and looking to do so now. Going to restart in that second spot. Isaac Morse looks to seal the deal here tonight in the Worldwide Technology Raceway Be Gutzy 175. Pace car lights go out. Julian Altena gonna make his way around the track. Paul Rodriguez also gonna make his way around the pace car and catch up to the end of the field. That will put Rodriguez, I do believe, down 2 laps. I believe he fell 3 laps down there for just a brief moment. We'll have to wait for the timing and scoring to make sure we're right. No, we were way off. Paul Rodriguez being scored 6 laps down here. As Powell was actually caught up in one of the race incidents very early here, so that's where that is coming from, was on the pit road for an extended stay there, fixing up some of that damage. So well off the pace, well down on speed and horsepower as the field makes their way through 3 and 4. Ford Mustang pace car ready to duck off once again. We'll fire things off right around the halfway point here tonight in the B Gutzy 175 by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. On the gas, green flag back in the air. Van de Sande, he does what he's been doing with control of the race, and that's firing off very quick, trying to catch the field off guard. Isaac Morris, Gavin Sanders, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, and Oscar Fredrickson still lined up nose to tail. Top 5 breaking away from the field just a little bit. We'll jump back here with the battle for 6th and 7th. Oscar Gonzalez looks to take that spot away and does so from Lewis Woodall Thomas Gessler. Now making an appearance on the scene. Gessler trying to make his way a little bit further through the top 10, running in the 8th position now. Dakota Damage just inside your top 10, running in the 9th spot, right behind Gessler. Matt Houston also with a pass last lap on Anthony Concha, so put Concha back to the 14th spot as Diego Perino gonna be the last driver on the lead lap, running in the 15th spot. Julian Altena right there in 16th, still 1 lap down. He needs yet one more caution to bring himself back onto the lead lap and give himself some kind of fighting chance towards the end of this thing. We'll jump back towards the front of the field as we've got battles once again raging on. Isaac Morris, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Gavin Sanders, and Oscar Fredrickson round out your top 5, and it's a battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th on track. Luis Gonzalez Nunez has Sanders right behind him, breathing down the gearbox right now, and I think we do have one of those cameras on board right here. Let's see if we can't go right side shoulder with the driver of that 15 machine, Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Another look from the cockpit here with Nunez as he looks back on the field. Gonna take one more look back above his head. Great camera shots here tonight, provided by all the guys and girls back there at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in each and every week to make these shows as great as they are. Back outside the car, Luis Gonzalez Nunez continues to keep that 3rd spot. Gavin Sanders not able to do anything with him. Sanders still running in the 4th position. And as we've crossed the halfway point here tonight, if you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just casually sliding through to say hi, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and if you haven't already, throw these drivers that thumbs up. Pass on the track, lap 75, Diego Perino, he makes his way by Gary Gott, so that's going to put Perino up into the 3rd spot. He's looking to gain a little bit more ground, try to see if he can't crack himself into the top 5, while Matt Houston looks for a little bit more ground on Christian Alacio right there. That's a battle for the last spot inside the top 10, and Houston and Alacio go side by side on Turn 3 and 4. That's going to bring Robert Sadler up into the mix as well. There you can see that Velocity Online Racing team member running very strong here, trying to crack himself back inside the top 10. Gonna continue to jump around the track just a little bit because we have a few hot and heavy battles. We'll jump back to this one right here, one of your closer battles on the track. Oscar Gonzalez looks to close in on Oscar Fredrickson. Thomas Gessler just behind Gonzalez, so we've got a 3-car battle going on right here just off in front of them. Isaac Morris and Luis Gonzalez Nunez have Gavin Sanders by just a little bit, so we've got a 2-car battle there for 2nd and 3rd. We've got a 3-car battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, then another 2-car battle back there for 9th and 10th. As Dakota Damage, he has made his way back into the 9th spot, and he is slowly starting to click off some of the positions here, but he is in trouble with Isaac Morris, your points leader, coming in to the championship night here in the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Beat Gutzy 175 by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruit. Morris running strong, doing what he has got to do to secure the Season 3 championship. And that's right, not going to see a three-peat out of Julian Altina. Not going to make it a third championship in a row. And Altina struggling here tonight at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Altina being scored outside of your top 15 as the first car one lap down, running in the 16th position. There you can see just behind Isaac Morris, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, Gavin Sanders. They have made up some ground and made up some time. They have distanced themselves from Oscar Fredrickson, who still has Gonzalez and Gessler lined up behind him. We'll take a little look at this battle right here on screen. Why don't we go ahead and throw a little bit of graphics up there on screen for you? Why don't we go ahead and throw up some of that battle box information for you? We'll go ahead and get rid of a few things on the screen for you. There you go. There you have it right there. Timing and scoring miles an hour. There you can see the gap as well. All these drivers packed up with each other. Second, third, and fourth on the track. Losing ground to Alex Vandesand, your pole seater, and your dominating driver out there tonight, the 17. He has been on fire. Big move to the bottom of the track. Luis Gonzalez Nunez looks to take that second spot away, and Isaac Morris not going to fight it. He'll go to the top of the speedway. Gavin Sanders looks to make his way by as well, and looks like Morris not willing to put up quite a big fight at this point in time. He's going to go ahead and let that pass happen, go ahead and give up some of the track position, because he's still in championship form right here, right now, as we continue around the track after a few early cautions here tonight. Lap number 85 now on the board out of the 140 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Gonna look back through the field. We do have another small battle right here. Christian Alesho, there you see, 3 wide. Oh my goodness, 3 wide. Ooh-wee. That was close for those drivers right there. Diego Perino, Christian Alesho, and I believe that is Julian Altina. Oh, and Perino up into the outside wall. Diego Perino into the outside wall, now down to the inside concrete barrier. You see the parts and pieces flying. That is not good. He is going to have to use that toe, and we stay green flag here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. No caution coming out for that contact with the outside wall. Then Perino back across the track. Hard impact with that inside concrete safer barrier, and that's going to put an end to the night for the 30 of Perino. He's going to fall through the point standings as we close in on just 50 laps now remaining here tonight from the Worldwide Technology Raceway in the B Gutzy 175. Gonna head through some house cleaning once again for you. Started tonight's race with 22 drivers on the starting grid. We still have, it looks like, right at the 17 drivers out there running on the track, with only 14 drivers left on the lead lap. Anthony Concha and his 64 machine being scored as the last driver on the lead lap. Julian Altina, your back-to-back season champion, not being able to complete the three-peat this season, running back in the 15th spot, 1 lap down in, well, the lucky dog position if these drivers should get a late race caution. But we've got to look at when these drivers were last onto pit road. Julian Altina was last onto pit road back on lap number 43. He is going to have to hit pit road much sooner than the rest of the drivers out there on the field. They were on to pit road under our last caution. Our latest caution back on lap number 65 is when these drivers topped off for fuel and got 4 fresh Firestones. And I still don't think they've got enough to make it to the end. I do believe everybody going to have to make at least one more pit stop before the end of tonight's Be Gutzy 175. Is just a matter of when, a matter of how these drivers want to get the job done. Luis Gonzalez Nunez running in the second spot, and we'll go ahead and run down some of your driver highlights as we continue this long green flag run. There you can see your race leader, the 20-year-old out of Zionsville, Indiana, Alex Vandesant, looking to take the checkered flag here tonight, and just a handful of laps left to go, and Vandesant will make that a reality. Back in the second spot, he is your biggest mover of the race, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, piloting that 15 machine all the way up through the field. Started back in the 19th position, up 17 spots, now running in the second position. Eating him up, running strong right there on his gearbox, Gavin Sanders in the 90 machine with a great run so far here tonight, running in the third spot, looking for at least one more. Driver running back in the fourth spot. There you can see the 21-year-old Isaac Morris, very close to securing the Season 3 championship. Just has right at about 36 laps or so left remaining here, and I don't think we'll see Morris really entangled in too hot and heavy battles. All he's got to pretty much do at this point in time is walk away with the top 10, and he is scheduled to do so, barring any catastrophic failures or issues. Running back in the fifth spot here tonight, Oscar Fredrickson, making a great run as well, up 4 spots from where he started, just inside the top 10, back from the 9th spot all the way in to the 5th and final spot in the top 5. Do want to take a moment to highlight the rookie right there in the 59. Lewis Woodall looks like he is the only rookie in the field here tonight, so big shout out to Lewis Woodall with everything that he's been able to do all season long as Diego Perino. He's going to bring his machine back onto the track after being down there on pit road for quite some time. Perino looking to gain a little bit through the point standings as well as it comes to the best of the rest, but right now with the race lead, Alex Vandesant looking to raise that trophy here tonight from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. But Isaac Morris running in the 4th spot. He is looking to raise the banner and the championship flag here tonight, and looks like he very well may be able to do so. We'll jump back with this little bit of a battle that still continues to rage on between Luis Gonzalez Nunez and Gavin Sanders. As Lewis Woodall comes to pit road, Julian Altina also to pit road, so Altina gonna fall from that 1 lap down, gonna fall at least to 2, possibly even 3, as now Anthony Concha listed as the first driver a 1 lap down, as your race leader just made his way by Concha. Shane Coogan able to make a pass on Julian Altina, that's for the 15th spot, so Altina falling through the field just a little bit. Keep in mind, Shane Coogan, he went to pit road under that last caution, so there you see the different strategies playing out now. Coogan able to jump Altina on the track, but yet he's still got to come to pit road one more time before the end of tonight's race. I do think that Julian may have enough fuel to run this thing to the end, as he was just to pit road back on lap number 95 out of the 100 that we've got on the board. So I do believe he'll be able to stretch that. It's going to be right at about the 45, 46 laps, and I do think these drivers can get that much out of it, as they have already got right at 46 laps on the fuel and tires for this green flag run right here. Your entire field pretty much down to pit road back on lap number 65. One of your closest battles on track. Ooh, big time move right there. Oh my goodness, Thomas Gessler. That was a big time moment right there between Gessler and Gonzalez as they were making their way around one of the lap machines back there. One of the back markers running a little bit slow here. And that could have been pretty bad for Gessler or Gonzalez. Both of them having to make big, aggressive, evasive maneuvers to stay out of trouble and keep us under this green flag, this long green flag run that we have seen. Gonna take a look at the timing and scoring, take a look at the lap times out there. Looks like the quickest man on the track is not your race leader that last time by. Luis Gonzalez Nunez just about a tenth or two faster than Alex Van de Sande, but Van de Sande still has that 5.2 second advantage over his closest competition and over the field as Shane Coogan, he's going to bring his Delara down for pit road, so the IndyCar driver not going to have enough fuel. He's going to go ahead and get it filled up, grab those Firestones, and get back out there, try to gain a little bit of ground at the end of tonight's race. Julian Alton now going to make up a spot. With that being done, he's back up to the 14th spot, just inside the top 15. Lewis Woodall will round out that top 15 as of right now, and Gary Gutzy being scored as the last driver on the lead lap, running back in the 12th position, and he's got himself about a half a track, I apologize, before he's going to have to worry about Alex Van de Sande. So I do believe we should see these drivers hit pit road before that battle takes place, and the battle right here for that second and third spot still underway. Luis Gonzalez Nunez has it, but Gavin Sanders wants it, and Sanders looking for a little bit more. There you can see, I believe that is Lewis Woodall, who has made his final pit stop back behind these two drivers here. Oscar Gonzalez going to come to pit road this time by, so the 11 coming down a pit road for his final fuel and tire service. And right at the 60-minute mark, we've reached 107 laps into tonight's 140 lap scheduled event for the Be Gutzy 175 for the Gutzy Organic Energy Fruit. If you don't know about them, you gotta go check them out. Some really, really cool things over there with Gutzy Organic. Not a lot of battles, not a lot of close spots coming at this point in time and juncture of the race. There you can see Lewis Woodall is a back marker, is a lap down, trying to make his way back around some of these front runners and put himself back onto the lead lap the good old-fashioned way, but he is multiple laps down, racing very hard. 3 laps down, racing very hard with your second place driver, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, and he almost had a big time moment there off of turn number 2. Gonna check in with Robert Sadler. There you can see him just in front of your race leader. Oh my goodness. Van de Sande not playing around here tonight. Van de Sande gonna put Sadler down 1 lap as well, and that's gonna leave us with just 9 drivers left on the lead lap with just a handful of laps left to go here tonight. What a dominating performance here tonight in the championship night for season number 3 for the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar League. And if you haven't done so yet so far this season out there, race fans, if you're looking for some great open wheel action, they've got it right here at Velocity Online Racing. Not just in these Delaras, they've got multiple different series. They've got a road course series as well that they put on. That thing is absolutely phenomenal as well. So if you're looking for a place to find some open wheel action, head on over to Velocity Online Racing. You can find them on Facebook as well as right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Go ahead over there to the league directory Type in Velocity Online Racing. See if you can't get yourself an application and approval and get on track. Mix it up with some of the best and finest open wheel drivers that iRacing has to offer. Isaac Moore's now going to bring his machine to pit road for the final pit stop of the night. Alex Van de Zandt, Gavin Sanders, Oscar Fredrickson, Thomas Gessler, Matt Houston, and Dakota DeMage all stay out on the track. And caution! Caution flag flies. Anthony Concha has had some trouble. Oh my goodness, Concha all torn up here. We'll take a look here, see what happened. Oh, and there you see catching it a little bit late there. Looks like Concha may have had some contact, and that forced him up into that outside wall. Trying to see here through the timing scoring if we can get that backed up any further, and they're waving their heads no at me right here. We're trying once again. Nope, and catching that just a little bit late, and there you see Concha tore up in that outside wall. Rejoin the field live once again at the front with your race leader, Alex Van de Zandt, as he'll have the opportunity to come down pit road, get those 4 fresh Firestones, and he will more than likely be able to retain the race lead. He'll be able to bring the field off of pit road. There you see multiple drivers staying out on track behind your race leader, but those are all drivers already being scored 1 lap down that had already made their final green flag pit stop. And unfortunately for Julian Altena, he was being scored 2 laps down at that point in time, so he's only going to be able to get 1 lap back. He's going to need a little bit more help here if he's going to go to the lead lap. He's going to need 1 more caution here tonight, but not sure if we're going to have enough time for another caution or not. These drivers have been putting on quite a bit of a show here late in the going. With that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
the best. You got him for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
back track side as the Ford Mustang pace car ready to duck off. We're ready to fire things off for what may be the final time. And Van de Sant on the gas quick, on the gas early. Green flag flies once again in what very well may be the final run. Just 22 laps remaining in tonight's Be Gutzy 175 by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. There you see a close battle back there for third and fourth. Thomas Gessler looking to the inside of Oscar Fredrickson. He's going to take that third spot away, but Fredrickson not going away just yet. He'll battle back on the outside now, completely lose that spot and fall into the clutches of Matt Houston, running right there in fifth. Dakota Dimash with a big gain through the field. Taking a look, trying to find Isaac Morris. There you see Morris sitting just behind Dakota Dimash, and I guess that's a good way to keep your competition in check. Follow them around the raceway. You know that you're going to have to finish much further back through the field to be taken out of that championship points lead. And with just 20 laps to go, I just do not believe that this man will go back and take a look at him right here, man. What a great season he has had here in season number 3. Dakota Dimash has been fast week in, week out, has strung together some great race finishes, but unfortunately just not able to have the speed, not able to find the rhythm here tonight from the Worldwide Technology Raceway, and not able to get himself back to the front of the field. Had to use a little bit of pit road strategy to lead a handful of laps here tonight, so he did gain a little bit on Isaac Morris, but unless he can get himself another 5 spots and have Morris have a little bit of trouble and finish off of the lead lap, I don't believe Dakota Dimash is going to have a shot at this one. So the time is running out. Dimash needs to get going. He needs to get to the front, and this is the first time we've seen any drivers able to keep pace with Van de Sant. So Gavin Sanders must have been working those controls inside his Dallara IR18, because he has been the only one that has been able to somewhat keep Van de Sant in check and in tow right now, just a half a second back. You see that gap begin to develop as Van de Sant quick time on the raceway. Last time by 25:59. That is the quickest time of tonight's event. So putting it all down when it is time to go. Just 16 laps remaining as Van de Sant crosses the line. Looking through the timing and scoring, looking for some battles, but we're seeing this field begin to get themselves gapped up just a little bit. 0.8 of a second advantage for Van de Sant over Sanders. Sanders with an 0.8 of a second advantage over Gessler. Gessler with the same back to Houston. Houston with a 0.7 of a second advantage back to the last driver inside the top 5, Oscar Fredrickson, running right there. His 12 machine looking pretty good here tonight, up 4 spots from where he started tonight's race. Now running last spot inside the top 5. No real battles closer than that to speak of on the raceway, as we are now under 15 laps remaining here in the final race of season number 3 for the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series in season number 4. Already scheduled out, already some big time news coming out of Velocity Online Racing. So if you haven't already, as I've said multiple times here tonight, head on over to facebook.com. Also head on over there to the iRacing League directories. Type in Velocity Online Racing, get yourself hooked up with some of these admins and drivers here, and see if you can give yourself a shot to run with some of the best in the open wheel machines here on the iRacing.com platform. Without a lot of battles to speak of, we're going to jump back to a battle between some drivers 1 lap down. Let's take a look at this. There you can see Robert Sadler, Gary Gotso, Julian Altina, Lewis Woodall right there, all mixing it up with each other. Alessio Gotso, Altina, Sadler, all 1 lap down. Lewis Woodall still being scored 2 laps down here tonight. So Woodall somehow trying to gain some spots here, but he is going to need quite a bit of help to gain any more ground. He's going to need at least one more caution, but I don't think we'll have race leaders head down to pit road should we see that caution. So really the battle, the struggle right now is for Julian Altona to try to make his way a little bit further up through the standings, get by Gutzy, as well as Christian Alesio running in that first driver 1 lap down, running in that lucky dog position. He'll receive an automatic wave around should we have a late race caution with just 10 laps to go here tonight from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Do want to take this moment to thank a lot of different people here in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series. Big time shout out to Raceverse and Matt Houston, our very own Matt Houston, for all the dedication and commitment that he gives, not just to this series, but to the entire league. Raceverse coming on board this season as the $100 prize pool sponsor, also re-upping, coming back next year for season number 4 as that $100 prize pool sponsor as well. So a big time title sponsor here with Velocity Online Racing is Raceverse, and a big tip of the cap to our very own Matt Houston out there on the track right now, running in the top 5 in this last race of season number 3. A lot of dedication and a lot of work put in behind the scenes there from Matt, so a big tip of the cap, not just for me, but from all of your fellow drivers as well, for all the continued commitment and support that you give each and every driver here in the Velocity Online Racing umbrella. Also want to give a big time shout out to multiple different sponsors that we've had here tonight. Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits coming on board for the sponsorship of tonight's season finale, the championship night here in the Worldwide Technology Raceway, as we continue to watch this battle between drivers 1 lap down. Julian Altona still has to make his way 2.3 seconds up to make his way into a battle between Christian Alesio and Gary Gutzy. So we'll wait and see if that develops, if that goes down. Going to jump back to this man right here, Matt Houston, who we talked about just moments ago, running just inside the top 5, running in the 4th position, as high five for the race leader on screen right there. Last time by, 5 laps to go for Alex Van de Sant, who has led almost the entirety of tonight's Gutzy 175 140 laps scheduled in the official race distance. And I would say out of about the 135 laps that these drivers have put on the board already, he has probably led probably 120 laps of the race here tonight. So Van de Sant, quick in qualifying, quick in the race. Also want to give a big time shout out to a multiple race sponsor throughout the season as well here in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series. I want to give a big time shout out to Apex Sage Coaching. If you're looking to find a few more tints, you're looking to just find the smoothest, the rhythm, maybe how to get on and off the gas, whether you're a rookie or a veteran and you're trying to find those final few tints, reach on out to Apex Sage Coaching. They can help you find that and help you get that last little bit out. And caution flag gonna fly late here tonight, and that will bring things to an end. And there you can see him on that outside wall. Big time trouble for Anthony Concha. He goes down and around one more time, and that will put him out of tonight's race, back in the 18th position. So a little anticlimactic finish to tonight's season finale here from Worldwide Technology Raceway in the Gutzy 175, presented to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits. Field getting put under caution here from a late race spin with just 2 laps to go, so the leader will see the white and yellow flag this time by. And as we were saying, if you're looking for those final few tints, head on over to Apex Sage Coaching. They'll get you to where you want to be, whether you're a rookie or a seasoned veteran. It doesn't matter what kind of track, what kind of style. They've got a coach that can help you out. So head on over to Apex Sage Coaching. Also want to give a big time shout out to BK Paints, one of the sponsors here this season. If you're looking for a wing sprint livery or a NASCAR paint job, head on over to BK Paints. Also want to give a big time shout out to another sponsor here this year, Clip That. Clip That is a newer social media platform for gamers, by gamers. If you're looking to share some content or just collaborate with some other creators, head on over to Clip That. One more sponsor to give a big time shout out to. Also want to give a big time shout out to Globex iRacing Paints. Globex Paints specializes in iRacing open wheel livery. So if you're looking to find yourself a sweet paint scheme for Season 4, head on over to Globex Paints. Crossing the flag at 40 miles an hour. Race win in hand. Alex Van de Sant walks away with the top spot here tonight, getting the job done. What a way to get the job done as well. He absolutely dominated tonight's race, and there you can see a little bit of the information on screen for Alex Van de Sant. Walks away with the race win, but we're going to take another look at a driver that, as you see the fireworks in the background, we'll give this man his due where it is deserved. But there you can hear, I do believe that is already Isaac Morris very well may be burning it down already somewhere on the track. So we're going to take a look back here, see if we can't find Morris somewhere. And there you can see all these drivers very slow around Morris, giving him his respect. Morris walking away with the Season 3 championship after finishing just outside the top 5. What a great way to seal the deal here tonight as Isaac Morris captures the flag, and he will win the season championship here tonight. Heck of a job, heck of a run, and I tell you what, man, that is one heck of a job by this man right here. Walking away in 6th here tonight. Keep the car clean, keep it safe and together. Not hitting that inside wall with the celebrations there. You can see him whipping it around once again. Oh, a little bit of a bang off the outside wall. So as these drivers continue to celebrate and enjoy their race wins in their championship, we're going to get things set up for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Be Gutzy 175, presented to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruit season finale done in the books. My goodness, what a race, what a season it has been. And let's see if we can't catch in and have a few words or two with a driver that finished in a podium spot tonight. Let's see if we can dial up Thomas Gessler. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Dave, I'm here.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid podium run here in the season finale?
Exhausted. it was pretty intense. I didn't expect to be that up in the front. I'm exhausted. Yeah.
Walk us through just how tough or not tough. I'm not really quite sure. Haven't really been to Gateway very much in these open wheel machines and these Indy cars. How tough is this track inside that machine?
Yeah, it's pretty tough, and I was not feeling very well with the setup. In fact, I was struggling all the time somehow. The track is difficult, but after a while it was fun.
Well, Thomas, it's been a pleasure watching you all season long. You've had some pretty good runs at it, some pretty good goes at it. What's your thoughts as we close the book on season number 3 and we start to look forward towards season number 4?
I think it's a really great league, and it was great fun most of the time. Sometimes you notice it's a bit in the beginning, but all in all, Julian does an excellent job, I think. The races were pretty good. The road courses, okay, they don't suit me as well as the ovals, but you can learn a lot. I can learn a lot. I think it was a great season.
All right, Thomas. Well, my man, again, congratulations with a third place finish here tonight. Before we let you go and wrap things up on your season here, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that 18 machine?
Yes, I want to thank especially Julian for doing a great job, and all the guys who make it fun races. That's pretty it.
All right, Thomas. Well, we'll look forward to seeing if we can't catch up with you when season 4 rolls around.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave.
There you have it. Final few parting words from the 57-year-old Thomas Gessler, putting it on these young bucks here in the Velocity Online Racing League, walking away with a podium spot here at the end of tonight's Be Gutzy 175. Walking away in that second spot, unfortunately not able to have post-race interviews here tonight. Gavin Sanders with a great run. Gonna finish right there in that second spot. So a big-time shout-out and job well done for everybody on that 90 crew, as including the driver, Gavin Sanders. Heck of a run all season long. Yet another podium spot. Well, that's going to lead us to the man that walked away with that top spot. Walked away with the race win. Let's see if we can't now catch in and have a few words with the driver that pretty much dominated here tonight. Walked away with, I don't know, about 120 laps led. Alex Van de Sand is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. 128 laps.
Well, I mean, see, I kind of math good, you know. I was close. I got lost there with some of that green flag pit cycle and some of the drivers doing some strategy there. But as I said, man, dominating performance here tonight. When you unloaded the car, did it feel that good from the start?
Honestly, it's a pretty scary setup, but Isaac put together a really fast. It's really fast over the long run, and I guess I was just able to take advantage of it. And I seem to have a good understanding of how it would change as the tires started to wear, and I was just able to adjust to that.
Well, I know in these machines, in these Delaras, drivers can be very busy in the cockpit, having to deal with the front and rear ARBs as well as the weight checker. How busy were you really inside that machine? How well did that car actually drive for you? Was it as easy as you made it look? Because it looked pretty Looked pretty simple.
No, no, definitely not. So for the first 2 or 3 laps, it wants to kill you anytime you turn the wheel. So especially through 3 and 4, where there's much less banking. So I was adjusting the weight jacker between all of the corners for the first 10 laps or so. After 15 laps into a stint, then I would start to bring down the bars, loosen it up more to avoid burning that right front. But after that, it feels pretty good. Stays really stable through the rest of the run.
Well, Alex, you walked into to tonight's season finale with a chance to move up just a little bit through the points, being that you were able to secure the race win, as well as the most laps led, as well as the fastest lap of the race, as well as the pole position. I don't know what you didn't win here tonight, so I'm more than likely going to bet that you're going to gain a little bit there in the championship at the end of this whole thing. But now that we've closed the book on season number 3, what's your thoughts and how are you looking forward to the beginning of next season?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next season. The start of this one was rough, and then in the middle of it, I was adapting to a new sim rig. So now, I've really adjusted to it. I've got, really good form at this point. So hopefully, I can carry a lot of this momentum into season 4.
Well, Alex, it has been a pleasure all year long to catch up with you when we've been able to. Congratulations on walking away with the season finale win here from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that 17 you forgot?
Yes. So big, always, big thanks to Happy Trails Chili. Running their livery, and they sponsor me in a lot of other leagues as well. Big thanks to Craig Forsyth. He had a lot of trouble early on, but he was in my ear, just talking me through it, giving me some moral support through most of the race. And yeah, big thanks to my family and all their support. Yeah.
All right, well, Alex, man, congratulations on the race win, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit next season.
Yeah, we'll see. See you at Homestead.
There you have it. Final words from the driver walking away with the checkered flag here tonight. The race win for the B Gutzy 175 presented to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruit. Alex Vandesant takes that top spot. And well, with everything sorted out and with the timing and scoring the way it is, looks like we're going to be able to go ahead and call this one. Let's go ahead and see if we can't bring in and have a few words with your season champion here for season number 3. Isaac Morris, it's Dave in the booth. You got me?
I do, yes.
Man, oh man, how you feeling?
I feel like I'm on cloud 9 right now.
At one point in time here tonight, Isaac, we seen you mixing it up there with Alex for the race lead. Then we noticed you kind of backed off. Did the big picture come into play at that point in time for you?
Yeah, so on the restart, I was thinking, like, if I want to finish the season off in style, like, now's my chance to finally make a move on Alex, because the dirty air is so extreme around Gateway that, like, as soon as you're in the draft, like, you have to lift off every corner and brake early, etc. And going into turn 3 on the first attempt, I saw Alex getting a little loose when I stuck my nose up his inside, and I was thinking, you know what, this isn't it. Like, I'm just gonna settle down, and like, there's no point pushing, because at the end of the day, if I push and try and get the win, like, there's a higher risk of me crashing out, and I didn't want to really take that risk. So I backed off, and Louise and Gavin were fighting for position as well, and I didn't want to get caught up in their shenanigans, so I let them through and just chilled out in P4 for a little bit. Luckily, I was a bit quicker than P5, so at that moment, I knew, like, that was it. I just needed to relax and just get to the end of the race.
Well, relax you did, and you're relaxing into a sixth-place spot here tonight, but that was enough to secure the championship for you. So I want to ask you something that you're going to be like a Nostradamus if you can predict this one, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can't squeeze an answer out of you anyway. Julian Altena, he went season 1 and number 2, back-to-back season champion. You're going to now be the reigning season number 3 champion. Do you think you can make a repeat performance and go back-to-back when we head to season 4?
I'll certainly try. At the end of the day, oval racing is extremely volatile. You can take, into account so many little things, like traffic, or the way that the track is, the setup, and like one little mistake or one stupid dart to the left or the right just to try and keep someone behind you can mean that be at the end of your race. Like, look what happened in Pocono with me and Victor Santos there. It was just like that one little mistake from the both of us, cost me my race. And so like it's really unpredictable. Like, you can make your way through the field, you can be sitting in P1 for like the whole race, and then all of a sudden it can just take that one spin from a lapped car, or the car in P2 coming a little too close and putting pressure on you. There's so many factors in oval racing that it's really difficult to predict. But I'm certainly going to come back for season 4 and try and repeat it and get another championship under my belt.
Well, Isaac, it has been an absolute pleasure catching up with you in post-race interviews all throughout the season, and definitely a pleasure and a privilege to catch up with you here at the end of everything here tonight as the Season 3 champion. So we're going to go ahead and hand the mic over to you here, and if you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody you may have forgotten all throughout the season, or thank anybody on that 63, here you go.
So first off, I want to give a huge shout out to my team, Race First, Matt and Dakota. They're my teammates, and we've been working really hard all season for the team championship, and this is just a cherry on top. I believe Dakota finished P3 and Matt finished P5 in the championship. I think that's what the championship is, so I want to give a shout out to those guys. We did so well coming into the second half of the season, and we just really blew everyone out of the water, and we really showed what we were capable of. I would like to give a shout out to some of the guys that are watching as well. So that would be Dave Carter, Sandeep, and Dower, some guys that I race with elsewhere, and I know they are watching right now, so I want to give a huge shout out to them for watching the race and supporting me. I'd like to give a shout out to my brother as well. I'm not too sure if he's watching, but he started watching around about Alton Park time, I think, and he's been watching ever since. And yeah, he's been a big supporter. I just want to give a huge shout out to the Velocity Online Racing guys as well for putting on such a great league, and doing everything as professionally as they can, and supplying us with some good hard racing.
All right, Isaac. Well, my man, again, it has been an absolute pleasure with you catching up throughout the season. You had a great run there at Montreal coming up through the field. You had some great runs on the ovals here this season as well, and walking away with the championship. So we won't keep you any longer. You enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy this championship, my man, and we'll look forward to catching up with you when we can.
Hey, thank you very much, Dave.
There you have it. Final words from your Season 3 champion, getting the job done after walking away with a 6th place finish here tonight, but was able to finish in front of Dakota Dimash, and that is what he needed to do. So Isaac Morris gets the job done and walks away with the big boy trophy at the end of tonight's Be Gutzy 175, presented to you by Gutzy Organic Energy Fruits, right here from the Worldwide Technology Raceway. And my goodness, race fans, it has been another fine one in the books. Another one all said and done, and it looks like the producer's hitting those buttons, so you know what that sound means. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the race win here in the final round. Round number 9, the season finale. Alex Van de Sande takes that top spot. The 17 finishes in first. Walking away from the track here tonight in second, the 90 of Gavin Sanders and Thomas Gessler rounds out your top 3. Matt Houston and Oscar Fredrickson finish out the top 5. Isaac Morris, the 63 machine from the Raceverse stable of drivers, secures his championship here tonight. Walks away with the big trophy for the season championship here in season number 3, finishing in that 6th spot. Just behind him, the 15 of Luis Gonzalez Nunez gonna finish in 7th. 8th place goes to Dakota Damage, while Oscar Gonzalez finishes in the 9th spot. And rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the 3 of Gary Gutzy. Julian Altena gonna finish in the 11th spot. Slotting home in 12th is Robert Sadler. Christian Alesio gonna finish in 13th, while Lewis Woodall walks away in 14th. And rounding out your top 15, the 29 of Shane Coogan. The 88 of Paul Rodriguez gonna finish in 16th, while 17th goes to Diego Perino. Anthony Concha gonna finish back there in the 18th position. 19th here tonight, Christopher Kresge. Early trouble for Victor Santos. The 20 will finish in the 20th spot. Craig Forsyth slots his 27 home in the 21st spot, and John Christensen will round out the field here tonight in the 22nd finishing position. Well, that's it. That's all there is, race fans. Another fine one in the book here tonight for the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar League right here on iRacing.com. And if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by each and every time you do. Without you, there is no us, so go ahead and throw these drivers a thumbs up. And, well, with another season in the books, we're going to wrap the cords up, get ready to head off and ride into the sunset. Look out for season number 4 coming around the corner here for the Velocity Online Racing League. And with all that being said, new day, new year. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends. Until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.